Hola, ¿cómo estás? So, I'm so excited that that video, my last video of so hey. Well, we were getting ready to talk about you, girl. So, perfect example. Babies. I thought she was I thought I heard her choking, but her sneezing in her sleep. Okay. So, she likes to be bundled up. Well, I guess all babies do, but she likes to damn near be. Yeah. You want to show your face? Hi. Okay. She's going to sleep. Hers going to sleep. Okay, so I wanted to make it quick because I'm so excited that that last video is getting so many views, and I wanted to talk about home birth and that experience and how it was, and like I'm a mom now. So first of all, hats go off to my midwife, to my mom, to my boyfriend, to my sister for being, I said my mom, for being an amazing support system during that entire time. I I could not have done it without any one of them. Preparation was the whole experience was just amazing. I literally have no complaints. Everything went to a T. Literally, like I thought. Only thing I could think of is that I envisioned her coming out into the water. So I end up getting out of the pool when it was close to like her head crowning. I end up going to our bedroom and giving birth like on our bed. So, which still, I'm still not complaining. Like everything still went amazingly. Um, but I just want to say, if you can have a home birth, have a home birth. If you can have a natural birth, just do that, okay? Just literally have, if you are in a position to have both of those experiences, a home birth, um, a water birth, a natural birth. I mean, even if it's at a center, I'm imagining that that could be amazing too. But feeling all of those emotions, feeling all of the contractions and the labor pains, um, it was amazing. But I can say I do have a different type of mindset. I have a strong mind. I have a strong will. I was going into this from the very beginning, from years from even becoming, of course, I always thought about um, giving birth naturally. So it was already set in stone in my mind that I was going to do it this way. So there's that. If you're going to go into having a natural birth and you're confused about it, scared, nervous, you may put yourself in a different position and have maybe not so great of experience because of the fear. There was no fear. I told myself, women have been doing this for years and years and years before I have. So there's nothing too special, too grand about me that will put me in a position where I can't do this. So I believed in myself from the beginning. I was like, this has been done without the aid of an epidural. And I can say, let me just say this. The contractions, I wish that somebody would have told me, I don't know, I feel like people did tell me, oh, they're kind of like intense period cramps. Nah, nah. They wasn't as bad. See, I don't know. Listen, disclaimer, I have a high pain tolerance, but the contractions wasn't it. I'm waiting. By the time we called my midwife in that video before last, like, I went on a walk. I was already probably, at that time, I was probably like, who knows? I might have been like 6 centimeters, because by the time we called her, that I ain't gonna say 6 centimeters. I might have been like 4, maybe, because by the time she came the following day, because we got up and went on a walk at like 4 o'clock in the morning, which my midwife was like, no, sit down. But I just had so much energy. No point in my pregnancy was I drained and tired and like really ready to sit down somewhere. I knew that I should, and I did, but my body was not saying like, you need to sit down and rest. I'm like a little rabbit, and that's me. So by the time that I called my midwife, I was expecting to be in excruciating pain. I thought that I was going to be unable to walk, stand, even be fully present. That was not the case. That was not the case at all. My midwife came. She listened to my labor. I mean, not my labor, my contractions, and timed them. And then when she checked to see how far dilated I was already 8 to 9 centimeters, I believe. And so we were ready. We were ready to go. The pool was ready. The pool was so warm. It was already a vibe being set in my loft area. So it was just a great experience. I can say during those contractions while I was in the water, I was experiencing like waves of heat. And it's the smallest things to you, I swear. My midwife brought a fan. And the fan, like a fan, like an old church fan. And that shit, I tell you, was like the best thing during that time because I really was just hot. But I was, it just felt like you were in the bathtub for too long, you know, in a hot, like in a hot tub. But it wasn't because of the water being too hot. It was just I'm going through labor. So labor itself was not as hard as I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be hell. It was not that bad. The parts I'm telling you, my baby's head. I was expecting labor to go like this. Like, oh, they're everyone's telling me, we see her head, we see her head. And I'm like, all right, I'm done pushing. I'm done. You guys pull, I mean, not you guys, but my man is supposed to catch her. I'm like, either my midwife or my man is gonna pull her out. My job is done here. I pushed her down and grab her head. That's clearly not how labor goes. So the hardest part I can say, um, I guess they told me that I was pushing for about 4 hours. So that's not bad compared to other people's birth experiences I have heard. But those hours, I'm sure the last 2 hours where we actually saw her head, because I remember my midwife telling me, all right, it's 9:45. When do you think she's, oh, we didn't know that she was going to be a girl. But when do you think she's going to come out? When do you think, you know, she's talking to me this entire time. And I'm like, I'm thinking like maybe an hour we got until the baby actually is here. She was born at 11:59. So from 9:45 to 11:59, her head, oh, it felt like I just was out of so much energy at that point. I was so tired, and I keep reflecting back on this moment that everyone's telling me, we see her head, you're almost done, you're almost done. You can hear in the last video everybody's coaching me and like give me such words of encouragement, but I'm thinking in my mind like I'm on my last leg because at this point I'm just tired. I'm tired of pushing her head. They call that the ring of fire. That, I, that, my friend. For any of you any new moms, I don't even think that there's anything that you can do. Like, I don't know. People were telling me to oil, which I did. I used so much coconut oil throughout my pregnancy. So that probably helped. I don't know because I didn't tear. Thank God. Like I did not tear. But I thought that I was gonna tear like a goddamn zipper. The fuck? Like, cause that baby's head is huge. Why would your head be that big? That's crazy. So that really was the hardest part. Having her pressing down and crowning and being partially out and being depleted of energy. And back to my point is, I heard my man say she is like her head, like I guess they could see her skin and she was starting to turn purple. And so he was like, come on, push, push, push. And I don't know. I do not know where that energy came from. I do not know where that energy came from because I was so tired. I remember thinking, we're going to have to stop and we're going to have to finish this tomorrow. I remember literally thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get this baby out. We're going to have to come back to this. Like, I need to go to sleep. I was thinking about, I just actually need to go to sleep. And that part is crazy because I was tired. I was very tired. So I was, after, you know, I, I, I just need to say this again, because wherever I pulled that energy from, that's what makes me feel so great about myself, feel so great about giving birth. Because I can say, like, oh, the contractions weren't bad. They really weren't. But pulling that energy that I felt like I did not have, and then I compare it to, like, I really feel like if you, some freak accident happened and you're hanging on the side of a goddamn cliff, hanging on, and you just know that you're gonna fucking die. And then out of nowhere, you just pull yourself up by your fucking arms and you save yourself. Like, that's how it felt. Because where did that energy come from? I was tired. I was very tired. And so that, I just think like, wow, women are amazing. We are amazing. We need to take a step back and really evaluate. Because I remember saying to my midwife, what the fuck? What are we? What are we? Because that strength was to push out a head and shoulders. And my baby was 8 pounds. Like, come on, come on. So anyways, if you can have a natural birth, I recommend it, because feeling all of those emotions, feeling all of those pain, like I didn't have an experience that said I wouldn't do that again. But I think she's gonna be my only one. But I'm like, wow, I did that. It's an undescribable feeling. And it really is a confidence booster, because if I didn't think I was amazing before, I sure do now. A human came out of me that was not there, that did not exist, and now they do. And they're here looking at me. Well, she's asleep, but looking at me. And that is a great experience. And feeling all of those pains. I said I was going through pain with a purpose. So that's what made it all, like, women are like, oh, it's all gonna be for a reason. And I'm like, okay. Felt great. Felt great. After, um, oh, I have to upload way more videos about that entire experience, but I just wanted to come and talk about having a natural birth. If you can have a support system that really supports you during your pregnancy, having a home birth, finding a midwife, I really recommend it. I didn't have a doula. My midwife is a doula and a midwife. So I don't, she just did a great job. So I couldn't imagine having someone else in the space between my mom and my sister and my man. Like, really, everyone helped me so much. I really couldn't ask for more. Um, it was just great. It was really a great experience. I really can say my pregnancy was a great experience. Home birth, great. Okay. And so we're so excited that baby Aries is here. When I just knew good and well that I was going to have a boy. Everybody knew it was a boy, but she surprised us all. And it's a girl. It's a girl. And here she is. Hi, Aries. Her asleep. Baby Aries. And of course, this video is behind schedule because she was born in January. It is April and she is 3 months now. But that is all. I just wanted to thank everybody for viewing this organically. And if you can have a home birth, I definitely recommend it. It is an experience like no other. Another thing is, you can't beat having a home birth and doing your own thing. Of course, I don't have anything to compare it to besides other people saying their experience. But in a hospital, I couldn't imagine having such an involved experience and then being on anybody else's schedule. being on anybody else's anything, considering anybody else in a facility, like, you know, being in a hospital and having to, I don't know, switch rooms, be in a position I don't want to be in, being asked questions that are unnecessary at the time, or you know, being made to move a room, or not, just not be as comfortable because you're not in your home and you think like, oh, I have to be here, leave, and go home. Just that on the surface. There's of course tons of other reasons, but being at home and not having to think, worry about anything. I was able to eat when I was able to. Like, I didn't have to consider anything because I was at home. That was great, and I couldn't imagine. Like, I had a whole playlist, a West Coast vibe going on during my whole labor. I had I'm not strobe lights, but I had disco lights, and I painted. Like, come on. Like, I was able to have a great experience that was customized. And you can't beat that. And being in like a space that's just not your own. Blech. So if you can have a home birth, I definitely recommend. And so this is me. More to come. Um, I don't know. She's a mom now. And it was just a beautiful experience. And I am so thankful to be in a mental space where I was able to be so strong and have no fear whatsoever. I remember my midwife telling me, you never, me, like, I never told her anything, any doubtful words. And she was just commending me on that. Like, you always were ready for a home birth. And I was. I never thought about, what if this goes not well? What if this? What if that? I did not let that go through my mind because I wasn't going to have a plan B, which we did. We had our procedures in order. Everything was um, realistic planning, but I didn't let that penetrate. I was having my baby at home in a comfortable space in our birth pool, and it was successful and it was great. And if you are in the Houston area, my midwife's name is LaMonica Hollins, and I highly recommend looking her up. That was amazing. Okay, so that's that. Let me just go. So, doo doo doo.